Now, there are less than 8 weeks to Election Day in the US, and a new poll shows the two candidates are almost neck and neck. A poll by the New York Times and CBS News shows Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton with around 46% of the vote nationwide. Her opponent, Donald Trump, is at 44%. It follows a debate about the health of both candidates. Clinton's returning to the campaign trail after recovering from pneumonia. Well, let's talk more about the race with Emily Goodin. She's the managing editor of RealClearPolitics, an independent news website. Emily, good to have you with us. So this latest poll suggests a very tight race, doesn't it? What do you make of that, and what are the factors behind it?
Well, thanks for having me. And yes, you're really seeing the polls start to trend towards Hillary Clinton going down and Donald Trump going up. And I think one factor you have to look at is this poll was conducted while Hillary Clinton was sick. So during half the time they were asking about this poll, she wasn't out on the campaign trail. She was recovering from her pneumonia. And when voters don't see a candidate, it shows that they can slip from their minds.
But in the last election, we had Obama and Mitt Romney also neck and neck, and then Obama went on to win by a landslide. So how useful are polls like this, really?
That's a great question. And what we do at RealClearPolitics that we're very proud of is we average the polls. And if you go to RealClearPolitics.com, you can see that average. So we take all the polls out there and we average them together because we think that tells a better story than just one poll, which is a snapshot in time. And what we're seeing is right after the convention, you saw Hillary Clinton leading in our polling average by almost 7%, which was a huge number. But what's been happening since then, especially after Labor Day, which is when American voters really start to pay attention to the election, is that this race is growing tighter and tighter and tighter. And now she's down to 1.3% in our average, which is a big drop. And I think you're going to see a lot of concern coming out of the Clinton campaign about this. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is doing great. He's been much more disciplined. He's been on message, and it's really starting to take effect.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the effect of polls because, you know, we as a human race, we love polls, don't we? I love a good poll. And I wonder whether they can sometimes be a bit counterproductive, though, because, you know, there's so much focus on poll numbers. Do we lose sight of actual campaign ideas?
Well, that's another great question. And yes, that is all about the numbers, numbers, numbers. We all love them. But the ideas in the campaign actually drive these numbers. And you're starting to see Trump roll out an economic policy today. He rolled out a maternity leave policy last night, which was a big effort at women voters, which he doesn't do really well among. We're looking forward to seeing what Hillary Clinton says today when she's finally back out on the campaign trail. So you do see these policy ideas kind of driving the numbers in a small sense.
Okay. Very quickly, Emily, I know predictions are tricky business, but we've got the debates coming up. What do you think is going to happen to polling numbers going forward?
Oh, I wish I had a crystal ball that I could tell you. I can tell you, though, that a lot of people in America are going to be watching those debates, and how those two candidates perform is going to be crucial. The pressure is on.
Absolutely. Emily, really great to speak with you. Thank you very much indeed for that. Emily Goodin there from RealClearPolitics.